Thank you, Madam President. I rise to reluctantly support this bill. While I believe we should be conducting studies and investigations of how medical care was provided throughout the COVID pandemic and how we can improve upon that for situations in the future, this falls far short of what we should be doing in this chamber. We should be fully investigating the actions of the executive throughout the pandemic, including the nursing home cover-up, including terminating the governor's executive powers. That this is our last day of session, and it is still apparent that the majority of this body refuses to take action to terminate the governor's executive powers that were unilaterally extended a few months ago. They would have expired by now, yet the governor still is issuing edicts, still complicating the process and confusing New Yorkers. Just last weekend, with the back and forth, ping-pong style, 11th hour decrees regarding masks in schools and summer camps, it's chaotic. This legislature needs to get back engaged in the oversight of government and to actually exercising our oversight powers through the Senate Investigations and Government Operations Committee. We should be looking into the nursing home order, the nursing home numbers cover-up, the book deal that Governor Cuomo lined his pockets with $5.1 million that he wrote during a pandemic when he didn't have the time to respond to legislative inquiries during that period. Yes, there's other investigations. That does not preclude us from conducting investigations and passing legislation like this. But we should be doing this study called for in this bill ourselves through the Investigations Committee. This is another study. We're directing the Commissioner of Health to review his own practices. We've been through that before on the nursing home order, and we saw where that led us: to cover up, to deceit, to misrepresentation of this legislative body, yet we're doing nothing in the legislature. The majorities are doing nothing in the legislature. We have moved over 50 times to terminate the governor's executive powers with unanimous support of the Republican side and unanimous opposition those 50 times by the Democrat side of this House. And yet we're going to leave here today, last day of session, and keep the governor's executive powers, emergency powers, in place indefinitely until he decides to end them. We need to end them, and we should be doing it today before we leave. Thank you, Madam President.